Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shellcraft One in my old barn door, and I am back with my scraps. And I know I didn't get to show y'all a lot on the last video because, you know, that silly squirrel that runs around in my head. And so I played with my die cuts and all of that good stuff, and I didn't feel like I got a whole lot done. So today I was just going to show you real quick. After I turned the video off, I played with it for a while, and I'm hoping I'm not jiggling the camera. Let me just kind of take a peek and see where we're at. I'm going to zoom in a little so you can kind of see a little better. So I got some belly bands done, and then some solid belly bands. These are pretty, but I'm going to tell you, that die cut was rough to work with, okay? So, but I love, this was like the outer band of that belly band. Look how pretty that is. To put that on top of it, or you could put a piece of lace on top of this, or put some lace coming out the sides. All kinds of different things you can do with it. So there's a couple of belly bands. I love this one too. So we have belly bands. I punched out some tags. Some of this shape tags. I think I did this one on camera, and then I did some bird houses. I did just some this is like a 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yeah, octagon. Let me count the sides. Some of these, I think those turned out pretty. I love the truck. That's one of my favorite ones. And then I liked them in the solid colors, and I'm loving the greens. And the green was literally just a scrap piece that had been punched on, but I think it turned out cute with just the random punches on the truck. And then we have this, which is very pretty. So I did several of these in different color of the paper. That one's a double-sided paper. I had some wallpaper in there, so I made some envelopes. I'm not going to do that on camera because how boring would that be? I know y'all all know how to make envelopes. But I did make some because I'm going to use them. And then I made this tag. I love this piece of paper. Love this scrap. And so we will, this is like a large size tag that could fit underneath like a belly band. Actually, it's too big for that belly band, but if you had a bigger belly band. But if you did this one sideways, you know, it would fit underneath there. So we'll add some things to this tag, maybe, and play with it later on. But then I got this one. I think this one's really pretty. I still have to punch out the shapes in it, but you know, like those little pieces. I need to weed it, I guess is what the word is, but I'll do that later. There's a belly band. Here's a couple of belly bands out of just solid cardstock paper. Actually, I think these are just scraps. Some of those. But anyways, so I had fun playing with my die cuts. So today I thought we could, oh, I wanted to show you one other thing too. Let me finish. Oh, I was also going to show you, like this is a piece that I had used to, you know, punch out one of the birdhouses or die cut one of the birdhouses. And how cute would this be on a page as like a pocket? So, I mean, you could do a couple of other things to it, but it would be a cute window pocket. It would be a cute shaker card. So that's an idea that you can do with your punches that are larger. This would make a cool window. So I thought I would keep a few of these just to have to play with in my journals. So those are the punches that I got done. So let me just scoot these to the side because I want to show you what I did. I'm going to hold that out. Let me put these back in my scrap box. Somehow my hair, y'all, I was doing laundry the other night, and my poor husband's white dress shirt had my hair all over it. This black hair gets everywhere. All right, so I'm going to scoot these to the side, and I'm going to show you what I did. I've had this notebook for a long time, And I had it set up a long time ago, and then I just always would forget to use it. I'm going to zoom back out a little bit. And it had ephemera in it, and so I just labeled it. I didn't have time to make one of the fancy ephemera books or whatever, but I had made this way long before the ephemera book. So this is just kind of a little idea that y'all can use if you want to. But I just got some sleeves and this is just construction paper. And so like on this side, I'll have tags, and on this side, I'll have tags that are not punched. So these are punched tags, not punched tags. Here's the little booklets. Here's the pockets, Rita flips. These are just kind of little bits and pieces. And then I had some of these. I got these at Walmart, I think it was, and they're for like trading cards. And so they're perfect to use for your little punches. So I put my little punches in there. And these are just like little random journal cards and things like that. And then some of this stuff that's already in here, I've had in here for a long time and had forgotten about. So I just thought I would show y'all that, so that if you don't have time to make the pretty little ephemera holders, you can do it a simpler way and just get sleeves and add them into a 3-ring binder and store your scraps that way. So just a little idea for you. So hang on a second, gotta check on Gracie. Okay, sorry about that. She was just kind of wandering around, and she's still very, very dizzy, so I just have to kind of watch her. But she went and ate a little bit, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So today I thought what we could do is play with our stamps with our scraps. So because what I'd like to do is make like some little collage pieces or cluster pieces to play with our stamps with. So I came up with some things to play with. I've got some doilies, and I have my little die cuts over here. I thought we could play with some of these and just kind of see where we get to with playing with them, and make us some little goodies to have at the ready to use in our journals. So let me just pull some of these out. I'm probably not going to use the belly bands or the envelopes, but I'll see if I can use some of these. So I need to put these in my ephemera book, but I can do that in a little bit. So I want to kind of mix some fabrics in with my scraps, and so I thought it would be fun to like, here's a little booklet one, so we can make us a little booklet, and then make us some little pieces to go on our little booklets, and make us some little pieces to go on some tags and things like that. So that wasn't folded very well. Okay, so I thought we could just play with some of our scraps, and I'm telling y'all, I have scraps after scraps after scraps. This is a scrap of like wrapping paper and things like that. This is a whole other box of scraps that is not even in the big box that I showed you in the first video. And then I have these. I mean, it's ridiculous how many scraps I have. And I have this whole bag of scraps. I have so many scraps. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Oh, I've got this bag of scraps. These are my plain cardstock pieces of scraps that I use that are embossed. I've just, embossed plain cream or white pieces. So these are fun to use in collages and clusters. So maybe we can do something with those. And then, of course, I have these little scraps. So anyways, I have a bunch of scraps. But what I want to make today, I want to incorporate some fabric too. So I sat and I tore some of these pieces of fabric, and I just stamped on them. And I thought it would be fun to use these as like focal points in little collages and clusters and things like that to use on our tags. So let's just play with it and see where we get to. So I'm going to go ahead and grab, this is that little bag that I had coffee dyed real dark with the cinnamon and everything. And I just decided, you know what, I'm going to use it up. So I'm just going to pull a piece out and cut a piece off so we can play with it and make us some little collages or clusters, whatever you want to call them. I call them both, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so I'm just going to cut us a strip off of here. Or I'm not going to cut it. We're just going to rip it. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this little seam edge off over here because we don't need that. Okay, and so let me move this out of the way. Okay, and so I'm just going to make, you know what, before I do that, let's just stamp on the whole piece, and then we can rip it and tear it as we need. So I've got some farm stamps here, and I thought it would be super fun to use some of these. These I don't know if I'm going to use on here because I think I want to use these on some pretty scraps and just attempt. Now y'all know I can't fussy cut, but if we have time, I'll see if we have time to do those. But anyways, I have these. I have a little bird stamp that I thought would be cute, a little sunflower stamp that I thought would be cute, and then I have these definition stamps that my sweet friend sent to me, and so I thought we could use some of those. So let's just go ahead and pull these out, and let's just pick one. This tells you on the end what definition is on it. Let's see. Let's use unique. Now, I always stamp off on a scrap piece of paper with these because I never can tell if I have them upside down or not. So I always stamp off on a scrap first so I know which direction they need to go in. All right, so let's just, now this is the Ranger Archival ink. It's the permanent waterproof ink. This one is coffee color. So that's what we're using today. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp it right there. Okay, so I have it the right way, so let's just stamp a couple of these on here. And I like to kind of, because it's fabric, I like to kind of let it sit there for a second just to make sure that the fabric grabs the ink. So we're just going to let that sit for just a minute. Okay, and so we get a cute little definition stamp. Okay, let's do this side. Grab my little scrap piece of paper. Okay. Alright, so we'll just stamp this one here. Okay. And then let's grab another stamp, a different kind of stamp, because I'd like to have several different things. We'll do our bird here. Okay, and then let's do this little sunflower because it's super cute, and I think it'll fit good right down here. So let's just put him down here. I think I want to use this tractor. Okay, so the sunflower turned out really cute. Let me grab a stamp block because I'm going to need a stamp block for the tractor. Hang on. Okay. All right, so let's do the tractor. We can ink him up. I just kind of wanted to have some different things to use on our tags and stuff with the fabric. Okay, now we made a mess. All right. I'm sorry if it's shaking the camera. Oh, that didn't do very good, did it? Darn it. Okay, so let's try a different color on the tractor. Let me grab some blue. I think I have some blue over here. This is, I bought this at a thrift store, so I think, I'm not really even sure, but here's what it is. It almost looks purple, don't it? But we're going to try it and see what we get. wonder if I could line it up. We're going to try. I might be messing up, but we're going to try. Oops. Okay, I'm going to put the lid back on that. We're just going to let it sit here for just a minute to make sure the fabric catches it. Oh, that's much better. Oh, that's super cute. I like the way that turned out. Okay. I'm good with that. Okay. I will wipe that off in a little bit. And then I have these that a sweet friend sent to me as a gift. And I haven't even got to use them yet, so I'm super excited to get to use these. I love these. Alright, so this is like plants, different types of plants, and like with their definition or whatever. So let's use that and see what that looks like. And I think I'm going to use the blue again because I really like how that turned out. Trying to get it loaded good with some ink. And it's got a bubble in there, so it's kind of hard to tell. Okay, so let's go over this way with it a little bit. And I'm just going to let it sit there for a second. Alright, so to save time on the video, I'm going to go ahead and stamp off the rest of these on this fabric. And I'll come right back once I get it finished. Because, I mean, I know it's not real fun for y'all just to watch me stamping. So, hang on a second. Okay, so I've finished doing all my stamping. And I was just going to show y'all real quick what I do after I do my stamping. How I clean my stamps. Just real quick. I'm just going to take this is just a spare or a scrap piece of copy paper. And I'm just going to stamp off until nothing comes off. So I know that one's clean. Okay. Then I'll put those back in there. I'm going to take my tractor because I know there's still ink on my tractor. And I'm just going to stamp off with my tractor. Okay, well, that one's clean. So I can put those back up. And then I have these. So I'm just going to take them and lay them on this piece of paper here. And just press down. Oh, I probably just messed that up. Yep, now it's just going to look like a big fat glob of ink, but that's okay. Okay, that one's clean. Then we have this one. And I love ghost stamping because I think it's very pretty to have ghost stamps on a page. So I just keep stamping it off until nothing else comes off. Okay, so that one's clean. And then eventually, when I get this page as full as I want it to be, I can use it in a journal. Or I can use it in a scrap or a, you know, a collage or whatever. Okay, let's clean this one off. Okay, I don't want to get too much, so I'll just flip it over. Stamp on the other side. Or if you don't want to use the other side, you can always get another little scrap piece of paper to stamp off on. Okay. Stamp that one off. Okay, so they're all clean. So I don't mind if they're stained because, I mean, your stamps are going to get stained when you have ink on them. So, and then I will put these back in the packages in a little bit. I'm not going to do that while we're on video. Okay, so we've got plenty of stamps. So let me just move all of these. Hang on a second, clear off some of this mess. Okay, so then I'm just going to start tearing these apart. I'm just going to rip right down through there. And then rip that one. I'm not going to make this one any smaller yet because I might use it the way it is. So as I start working, you know, excuse me, as I start working on stuff. And then I can make it smaller if I need it to be smaller. But for now, I just want to get, and sometimes if they're kind of close together, I'll cut them because you can still, you know, shabby the edges up, but just by pulling the strings if you need to. So I'm just going to cut these. And I don't even care if they're cut straight. Ooh, I messed that up because I stuck my thumb in it. Okay. Just go ahead and cut that straight across. And then this one. This one. And then we'll go ahead and just cut where we need to tear on these two. There we go. Okay. So now what I want to do is take these and make like little clusters with them or collages with them to add to tags or whatever I want to add them to. So let's just grab some of our scrap pieces. Okay, so let's see. I'm not going to use this one because it needs help. It's got to be weeded. Okay, but like we have this one and it's like in a tag shape. I think it's super cute. So let's see what we would like to use on this one. Let's do definition on this one. Let's do this little definition. So just pull this off of here, shabby up the edges a little bit, get rid of that, and then I have some doilies over here too. I have some little doilies we can use. Let's use this one. I swear sometimes these seem so thick to me, like it feels like there's two put together, but I guess there's not. So let's just tear a piece of our doily. We don't need a big piece, nothing super large. But we can just kind of put that there. And wouldn't it be pretty to put that? Nope, this is not going to be big enough. This is not. You know what? Let's just get a scrap. I have these. I have scrap tags over here. Let's just use a scrap tag. Let's do one of these that I haven't already cut. Let's see. These were in my scrap box and I haven't even done anything with them. So, ooh, let's do some of the greens. I love, love, love the greens. Let's use one of these. Okay. Whoops. I'm dropping things. Okay, so I have this. I just kind of want to even this up a little because the edges are not in great shape. I just need to find my trimmer. Where did I put my trimmer? Okay. First off, I'm gonna burnish the fold because it's not folded very well. Okay. It was just kind of thrown in to my scrap box. Trim that side. And then we'll trim this side. And then I'm even gonna, I think I'm gonna do a tag shape out of this. So let's just take our scissors and we'll go there. I'm fighting a migraine. It's no fun. Okay, and then we'll go here. And now we have our tag shape, and this one is folded in half. So we can either cut that or leave it as like a Hermelinda tag. So let's just play with some of our scraps. Now remember, I had this little box here of the little basket of the little scraps that I had, you know, that weren't big enough to make like a tag or anything like that with. So let's just see what we have in here to play with on our little cluster. That's pretty, but I don't think I'm gonna like it with the green. So let's see. That would kind of be pretty with the green, but is it too much? Let's see what else we got. I like that with the words. Ooh, and I like this. Ooh, I love this. Let's use this. Okay, so we'll use that piece. Here's some music. Let's see what else we got. Do we have words already? I think so. Let's see. Kind of like this piece too, but I don't want it with the red. So let's see if we have any little bit bigger pieces, maybe. Oh, I like these. Let's use a piece of this. And then maybe we can even use a piece of our vintage wallpaper. That'd be pretty. Okay, so I've got a few pieces to play with. So let's just make us like a little collage on our tag. Okay, where is a little book over here? Hang on a second and let me grab it. I can't read. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna measure out some music. And you can ink the edges of these if you want to. I don't tend to take the time to do all of that, so sometimes I do, but not always. Okay, so let's put a piece of that. Let's use a piece of this one. And I'm just gonna make like a little collage cluster on the tag. Hopefully y'all can see okay. I had somebody complain one time, which it was a long time ago, but they complained because I had too much on my desk and they couldn't see what I was doing. So let me see if I can move some of this off out of the way so you can see a little better. Sorry. I don't know. That's just what they said. Okay, so let's see. Let's use a little piece of this. I like it. I love the texture of this paper. Whoops. Okay, so let's just take that one that way. And then I need to tear that off because that's kind of bulky. Okay, and then we could just take this right along this way. I don't know, I think that's too much. All right, so then I just want to put my little doily down here. Oops, let's not put that the wrong way. Okay, so let's put our doily on there. Well, look at all that glue I just lost. Let's just swipe it on the doily. There we go. Sometimes I get too much glue on my hands, and then when I'm trying to press this on there, I like that. Okay, so I think I want to use Fabri-Tac. No, I don't want to use Fabri-Tac. I'm just going to use glue stick. And I'm going to swipe this because there's a lot of glue on this paper. And we're just going to use a glue stick on fabric because it does work. You just have to get, you know, a good amount on there. But it does work on fabric. In a situation like this. I wouldn't do it if you were going to, you know, glue fabric to fabric or whatever, but let's just put him here. Okay, and I want a little strip of something here. So maybe do I want this up here? Yes, I like that red right up there. That's pretty. So let's just, I'm just going to trim this off. I don't want to all the way cover up my music though. Okay. So we're just going to go straight up with that one. There we go. I'm going to glue this down first and then we can trim off the edges where it's at the tag shape. Okay. Put that straight across there. And then just trim for our tag shape. And now all you have left to do is, oh, let me see. Hold up a second. Where are we on our time? How much time do we have? Just enough. Hang on. Okay, I just want to grab one of our punched pieces of scrap paper out to top the top of that tag with. So let's get to our punches here. So I'm thinking either one of these or one of these. I don't really like the colors of any of these. Those might be a little too big too, so let's see what we have. I really like this gray here. Let's try that and see if we can make that work. Okay. Let me just move all of these out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So if we put that and it's the tag topper, then you can open and close this tag without it being hindered by, you know, a ribbon tied through there or whatever. So let's just do that. I'm just going to use a little bit of the reptile glue. And I'm just going to put it right here. I totally didn't have to use that much glue. I'm so bad about using too much glue. Okay, and then we're just going to kind of rub that in and get it placed correctly on there. There we go. Wow. How pretty is that? And that's a very versatile tag. You can use that in any kind of journal you want to, basically. So there's one way to make the little clusters. And use up your scraps to make the little clusters or collages. It's really a collage. So I've just collaged on that tag, and I love the pretty green. And you can do both sides if you want to, but I don't tend to do both sides. But I like the way that turned out. So that's one thing that we can do, just playing around, playing with stamps and all the fun stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for me if you will, and we'll come back and we'll work with some more of our scraps in the next video. Hope you have a great day. Big hugs.